Welcome, friends. Today, we're doing another fragrance rotation video for the week ending the 10th of August, 2025. Bananas. Well, just right, my friends. I am back with another fragrance rotation video, and this week has been heavily designery. Quite surprised when I pulled them all out and looked at them all together. It's, there's no niche. There's no niche here. There's no indie. But there is a Guerlain here, and is Guerlain a designer? Is it a niche? I think it is a niche house. Well, but that's the problem, isn't it? Because I kind of make a decision, and then I'm like, maybe not. So, let me know what you think. Is Guerlain designer? Is it niche? What do you think? Anyway, we have a little while to get there yet. So, I will start. There are actually two from one house this week as well, which doesn't often happen, but here we are. Not to worry. Monday I wore something a bit different. I haven't worn this for a long time. This is Masculine by Dolce & Gabbana. Interesting. Masculine. From 1999. And the perfumer is Max Gavari. Max Gavari's done some outrageous stuff. He did Quorum. And he did this, and he did another one, Dolce & Gabbana Pour Homme, the original. He did that. Halston, Z14, he did. So he's done some like really quite famous perfumes, including this one. This one, did it ever reach the heights? Not massively. It wasn't like an Acqua di Gio or anything, but it kind of went in that territory. It was a big, fresh, slightly aquatic bergamusk with florals in the mid. It's not a hugely complicated fragrance. It's massively top heavy with stuff like petitgrain, bergamot, sage, clary sage. There's jasmine, neroli possibly, and then just like a musky, vetiver, musky, dry down sort of thing. It's essentially a bergamusk, you know, as we've come to know them these days. It smells a bit like, do you know the Dior Homme Sports? They released like a few different ones. Smells like this would be right in there with one of those, if I'm being honest. It's good, and I enjoy wearing it when it's really hot, and apparently we're getting a heat wave this week. So, first off, fuck that. I hate that shit so much. Secondly, I'll actually get to wear some of my summer perfumes in the heat. Good grief. Imagine that. It's been a while. Has not been a hot summer, but then this is England, you know. Dolce & Gabbana Masculine. Don't pay fucking silly prices for that. I've seen that going for fucking mental prices online. Don't get involved in that fucking madness. Seriously, it's bad, that. Next up, Tuesday. Tuesday, I wore a fragrance that I didn't care for at the time, then bought a bottle, sold it, and then bought this bottle I have here by accident, because I was the only person who bid on it. This is Ultra Zest. I have between about half and 2/3 of a bottle left. I'm pretty pleased, you know. That's about as much as I want, you know. But I've rediscovered this. Would you believe Quentin of Biche worked on this? Quentin of Biche, 10 years ago. See, he is capable of making stuff that's not absolutely awful. But he did work on it with Jacques Auclier, who was the original Amen perfumer. Again, prices of this go for fucking crazy money, like 300 quid, 350 quid, 400 quid. I've seen this advertised for. Don't do that. Don't do that. It is fantastic though. It does manage to retain some of that Amen DNA, that old chestnut Amen DNA. If you know, you know. You've been around for a while, if you remember that one. It keeps that kind of patchouli, coffee, mint, vanilla, tonka sort of thing going on. But outrageously adds like orange, tangerine, obviously orange and tangerine, and blood orange, that's the one. Blood orange, so it's it's got it's not pomegranate, but it's got that kind of weird thing, you know. Cool, just a cool fragrance. You can wear this on cooler winter days. It's more of a twist on the old Amen than the other ones are. The other ones have got like a slight deviation with like a tobacco, or it's got like a malt note, famously pure malt, pure coffee, where it had coffee in anyway, you know. They did cryptomint, it had mint in anyway. So I remember when this came out, people were divided. And the people who loved it really loved it, and the people who didn't love it really didn't love it. And I kind of didn't like it because I was an Amen purist. But as I've got older, I've changed my opinion on this. That's one of the best things about fragrances, you know. If you take a snapshot one day and then compare it to the snapshot 5 years, 10 years later, you might feel completely differently, you know. But it's jarring to me because that's what designers used to smell like, and it was only 10 years ago. It's not a long time. It might be if you're young, like young, you know, like 20 or something, because it's half a lifetime ago. But for me, that's a quarter of a lifetime ago. So it's not that long ago, you know. We can rebuild, friends. We can get back to that. But we're being fed absolute dog shit, and people are asking for seconds. It's fucking disgusting. Anyway. Speaking of how great fragrances used to be, on Wednesday, I wore Pavarotti. I love this shit. Look at this. I opened this bottle in spring, summer, this year. Look at the dent I've put in already. It's a 125ml bottle as well. I love this stuff so much. Genuinely one of my favourite fragrances. Top 3, top 5. That area. Like, certainly no lower than 5th. Depending on how I'm feeling. This is fucking incredible. I love this so much. And I just apply with reckless abandon as well when I wear it, because I've got loads of it. And I'm very pleased that I've got loads of it. I've already finished off one bottle. By God, I'll finish this one off, and the next, and the rest. Ambery, honey, fresh, patchouli, slightly incensey, benzoine, lemon verbena at the top, a little bit of bergamot. It's fresh, it's clean, it's deep, it's sweet, it's rich, but never overbearing. Smells a little bit like food, but not in a stupid sort of way, not like an almond fucking bake or some shit like that. It smells more like a meal than it does like one ingredient, which is what gourmands smell like now. They smell like one thing, you know, like a cherry, or they smell like a fucking, I don't know, like a strawberry, or they smell like fucking, I don't know, a pepper. This smells like a meal of like lots of different things going on. It's beautiful. It's absolutely beautiful. I started getting like a slightly rosy quality from it recently. God, I love this shit so fucking much. It's so good. It's so fucking good. Okay, Thursday. Thursday, friends, I wore something completely different. Completely different, by God. And on Thursday, I wore Comme des Garçons Incense Kyoto. How strange. Why did I wear this? I'll tell you why I wore this. It was cooler. It wasn't cold, but it was cooler, you know? And this is green. That cypress note with the vetiver gives this like a fresh, I don't want to say a fresh bush, but like a fresh kind of breeze rustling through leaves kind of vibe, you know? Incense on the wind, that sort of thing. It's a little bit woody as well. It's very green, clean. Great fragrance, good performance, 6 to 8 hours. It's not bad. Never descends into horrible territory, you know? Never goes down like amberwood roots or anything like that. Don't know how old my bottle is, because these are fucking almost impossible to date, like. But Comme des Garçons seem to look after their perfumes. I think they're almost exclusively synthetic. I don't know why, but I get that feeling from them. Anyway, Friday. What is wrong with this lid? By God, behave yourself. Why are you making that strange clicking noise? Stop. Oh, it's the collar. Right, on Friday I wore Arsène Lupin Voyeur. This has had a name change. Now, what is the name change? I think it's called Épices Volées. Épices Volées by Guerlain. It's in one of those new bottles that they charge 420 quid for 200ml, because they're fucking scam artists, frankly. There's a bottle of this on British eBay for £200, and I am tempted, because this is very sandalwoody. It's very sandalwoody, but it's also got something a little bit green, a little bit sweet, spicy, woody. It's clean with like the sage, some cardamom too, benzoin. I use this as a summer sandalwood, which you can use sandalwood in summer, of course you can. But look at the dent I've put in this, man. It's very quiet though. It's very, very, very quiet. It's not a loud perfume whatsoever. So please bear that in mind. You could probably wear this in autumn and spring too, but I like wearing it in summer. I do like wearing this in summer. The benzoin and sandalwood give a little bit of ambriness to it, you know. Cool perfume, cool bottle. I really like it. But Guerlain have got a really awful habit of rebottling stuff and then fucking packaging it differently and charging absolutely insane prices. They're fucking wicked for it, to be honest, like. Okay, yesterday when I was choosing my scent of the day, it genuinely was a little bit cold, and I thought, oh, it's a little bit cold. I need to wear something that I can deal with a little bit of coldness. And so I wore this. Paco Rabanne Pour Homme, extremely clean, a little bit green, oak mossy, sagey, rosemary, massive lavender, huge fuck off lavender. A legendary fragrance released in 73? Jean Martel. I always remember Jean Martel. Jean Martel, I think, wrote a book, you know. Really top perfumer. Created a lot of the modern sort of ways of thinking about perfume and stuff like that. This was in really good shape up until about 10 years ago again. There was some fragrance restrictions that came in 2015. Frederick Malle famously said, if these restrictions come in, my brand is finished. And here we are today. He's left. But the modern ones I've smelled have got amberwood in. They're fucking wankers, honestly. Just taking the cheapest possible route. I'm sure they just want to stop people from buying it so that they can move on and push that cheaper, nastier stuff. Like a great perfume, clean smelling, green, mature, fantastic. And last but not least, my friends, last but not least, I mentioned Max Gavari earlier when he'd made D&G Masculine. And today I am wearing Dolce & Gabbana Pour Homme from 94. My vintage Dolce & Gabbana from 94. Got a few bottles of this. It really is very nice. It's very simple. It's very clean, fresh. Smells like Italian coastline. Lemon, lavender, big lavender, tobacco and tonka bean in the dry down. There's some florals in the mid, keeping it interesting. A little bit of sage in there too. A wonderful perfume. Is it worth the money and the hype? Mostly it is. Yeah, I need to review this, I think. I managed to get Roadster reviewed this week, so I'm pretty pleased about that. Doing a lot of reviews recently. Anyway, thanks very much for joining us, people. I'll see you again soon.